Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Rabbi. So good to be here with you this morning. A real pleasure.
Wow. Um, we are learning Mishna Kesubos, Perek Aleph, chapter 11, Mishnah Daled, Mishnah 4. Okay, now, Almana Shaisik Sebasim Masayim. A Almana, a widow, her ksuba was worth 200 zuz. And she now is taking the property of her husband, for the property of her husband from the estate, and she's selling it in order to collect her ksuba. But what happened is like this. She sold land worth 100 for 200, meaning she took 100. And she took a piece of land worth 100. At the end of the day, she got a good deal and she sold it for 200, which means at the end, she received the amount of money that's due to her from her ksuba. So the land that she took was worth 100, which would have only been half. At the end of the day, she made enough for both. Or let's say we're talking about where she took land worth 200 and she only sold it for 100. She did not do well. Says the Mishnah in both cases, niskabla ksubasa. It is considered that her ksuba has been accepted. It is considered that she has been paid for her ksuba. Now what that means is, so let's look at each case. We have the case of when she went in and she sold the 100 zuz field for 200. So we say, okay, at the end of the day, you got your money. So that should be considered ksubas paid. But it's not as simple as that, because if you think about it, so she took, or the way they explained it here in the notes, the heirs gave her a piece of land worth 100 zuz. Okay, she went ahead and she made a killing and she got 200 for it. So maybe she can say, hello, you gave me 100. 100 belongs to you, meaning 100 comes from what you gave me, and the rest is my profit. I made it. I made that money. So maybe that extra 100 is mine because of the deal and nothing to do with your ksuba payment. So let me read to you from the bottom how they explain. She cannot say to the husband's heirs, the extra 100 zuz I made on the sale belongs to me, and you still owe me the remaining 100 zuz for my ksuba payment. She can't say that. Why? This is because the widow is treated like a legal agent. She's treated like a shliach who sold their property on behalf of the heirs. Since the property belongs to the heirs, it is their responsibility to sell it. Thus, when she sells it, she's acting as her agent. Very interesting. You know, we really see it as the ones who should be selling this piece of land are the heirs. Don't forget, it's the estate of their father that has to pay the ksuba. But she's the one who actually does it. We don't have it. It always seems to be she does it. It's not like they do it. She does it. And therefore, but at the end of the day, although it seems that, the practical responsibility of selling it is on her, however, at the end of the day, she is their agent. The rule is that if someone gives money to an agent and sends him to buy some merchandise, and the agent buys more than expected because he found it for a low price, the extra merchandise belongs to the person who gave the money and not to the agent. It was the sender's money. It was his money who was used to make this profit, to make this extra. So fine, you were a good agent, you made extra money, but it's my money that was being used. And therefore, the extra money belongs not to the agent, but to the sender. Therefore, in our case, the extra 100 zuz that the widow gained from the sale belongs to the heirs. Who sent her? She was their agent. She may keep it only with their permission. Hence, it is as though they gave it to her. In this way, they have paid her the full 200 zuz she is owed for ksuba, 100 zuz worth of property plus 100 zuz of profit. Okay, so the point is the extra 100 really belongs to them, and when they let her keep it, which is basically what they're doing, they just gave her $100. They just gave her 100 zuz. 100 zuz came from the property, and the profit from that property now really belonged to the heirs who gave it to her. Okay, they gave it to her as the payment for the ksuba, for the rest of her ksuba. So it comes out at the end of the day, she got her 100 zuz. She got her 200 zuz, which was the total amount of her ksuba. Now, they bring down here from the Bartanura, the above is true only regarding something that has no set price like land. And if we're talking about selling land, then we say if the agent, made a good profit, the profit belongs to the heir, to the owner of the land, to the sender. If an agent was sent to buy an item that does not have a set price and he buys it for less, which the Bartanura says is land has no set price, but something that does have a set price. Does he give an example of that? No. The thing that doesn't have set price is land. Land, you bargain, you haggle, you work a deal. There are other things that have a set price. There's a set market price for them. So now, in a situation where you sent the agent to buy something that has a set price, and now he found it for less, and he was able to buy more than what you gave him. In that situation, we actually say the owner of the money and the agent split the profit. If we're talking about land where the amount is not set, so then the way I understand it is that basically what lies in sending the agent is the idea that, you can make a profit, with what we're giving you. But since the price varies, you can make a profit. So that kind of already lies within the agency of the agent. This lies in what the agent was sent for. But in a case where it was a set price, okay, so I gave you the money for the set price, and now you landed up making more money, getting more for the money. That really wasn't part of the original job. That wasn't part of your original job, so to speak. And therefore, in that situation, you'll actually split it. Okay, so therefore, in our case, where we're talking about the almana, she is selling the money for, she's sending the land for she's sending the land for the ksuba. So that situation, in the first case where we're talking about the land was worth 100 and you sold it for 200, she's considered paid up. Now, in the second case, where it was worth 200, she took land 200 and she only sold it for 100. So we still say you got your ksuba. That means the heir say to her, look, we gave you 200. That's what we gave you. If at the end of the day you only made 100, that's your fault. That's your problem. And therefore, at the end of the day, in either case, it's considered that she received her ksuba of 200 zis. We'll continue the rest of this mission next time. Have a good Chodesh Tov, and a good Shabbos.
Thank you, Rabbi. It was a real joy.
I'm glad.